So what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. I am of course Lethal Apollo. Hope everybody's doing fine and well, having a great day. In today's video I'm going to show you guys from beginning to end the complete 9 Easter egg tutorial. After following this guide you shouldn't have any difficulty completing this, guys. So if it helps you out, drop me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel with your notifications on so you never miss an upload. So let's jump right into this video and take a look at what we're going to need. Okay, so the Exelers that I recommend using will be Undead Man Walking. This really helps out on the raw step. I also recommend using Shields Up, Aftertaste and Burned Out. The perks that we're going to be using are Quick Revive, Stamin Up, Dying Wish and Victorious Tortoise. I'm also using the Hammer of Valhaler, the Wraith Grenades and the Strife Pistol. The modifier for Victorious Tortoise is when you break out of Dying Wish you will have 100% health and you also get increased reload speed. So moving on to the actual Easter egg then, step 1, guys, the first thing you're going to want to do is knife your flag. For the challenges we're going to need one of the pieces after the 3rd challenge. While you're doing your challenges you should earn enough points to buy the first door, so make your way up to the raw tower, come and get the shield piece and activate the gong to bring in the raw champion. If you've got enough points, by the entrance to the Danu tower, make your way upstairs and buy the Mod 12 shotgun off the wall. This is a critical weapon in my opinion and I keep it all the way through the egg. Go ahead and take out the champion of Ra, collect his head and then activate the 2nd gong for the champion of Danu. Again, you want to take Danu out as quickly as possible. I'm using my pistol in this gameplay for a calling card, but you can use any weapon of your choice. Collect his head and then we can start moving on. By now you should have enough points to buy a few doors, so make your way down into the Ra temple, come down to the ground floor, buy the first door, and if you want to do the Viking Easter egg for the free perk, I recommend collecting your pieces now early in your gameplay so you can get the perk earlier in your game. Then you want to come into the temple to collect the acid trap pieces. There's the gear down in this corner under the cage, and then there's a chain just on the wall near the torch here. Go ahead and collect all these pieces and we can now start to make our way around the other side. So now we're in the Odin and Zeus entrance. We're coming down to the cryptids to collect the sword for the Viking Easter egg, and again you should have enough points to buy a door. I recommend buying the Odin door first because there's a shield piece in here. The helmet for the Viking Easter egg is also on the 2nd floor, and you can place all of the Viking pieces on the boat now, and this is done nice and early in your gameplay, so you'll get the perk at about round 13. So I recommend getting all this done early as possible. You don't need to do this, by the way, this is just an extra perk if you do want the extra free perk. But once you're in the Odin temple, just go ahead and ring the gong, defeat the champions of Odin. In my gameplay we got tigers, they almost downed me, but luckily we squeezed our way through there. And go collect the head. Then you want to do the same for Zeus. So make your way over to Zeus's temple, grab the shield piece, activate the gong and deal with the 4th and final champion. Okay, so once you've got the gladiator's head, I'm going to show you a couple of tips before we leave this area. Okay, so what you're going to want to do, guys, is horde all the zombies up as close together as possible. Make sure you've got your specialist weapon available, and then when you've got all the zombies huddled up, go ahead and whip out your specialist. All of the zombies will disappear. You'll be given points for those zombies, but they won't have died. All of those zombies are going to respawn. You'll be able to kill them all again, effectively giving you double points. So I recommend doing that as often as you can early in your gameplay. And as I said, don't forget to throw your Wraith Grenade over at the Viking boat. Make sure it's on target so you can go and start spamming the box for the homunculus. We've also got all the shield pieces. So now we're going to build the shield in the pit area, and as soon as you've built the shield, come straight up into the temple to place all 4 of your heads in the pack-a-punch. Once the pack-a-punch opens, guys, it's going to also open 2 doors and knock down a little wall. In between Ra and Danu Temple, there'll be a little wall that gets knocked down, and it will reveal a little bowl that's on fire. You need to make sure you've got a charge in your shield to shoot this, and this will then set a little spiral of flames going off up to the bridge in between Danu and Ra. You can go up to the bridge to see where it's pointing to collect this head that I'm picking up now, but I knew where it was in this game because I'd already observed that. I'm going to show you all 4 locations that it can spawn in. The second location can be in the Danu ground floor, just near where we're going to put the scorpion shortly. If you come out into the arena, you can actually see which way the flames are pointing. You don't need to go up onto the bridge, but you can see it clearer from the bridge. The other 2 locations where the head might spawn will be in the Zeus Tower, on the ground floor in the bathhouse. It could spawn in either of the corners. And the 4th and final place it might spawn will be in the Odin Tower next to the cauldron. Once you've picked up the head, make your way back out to the arena, collect your rewards for doing your challenges, make sure you've got the bowl for the acid trap, and now we need to build the acid trap. So come over to the closest location, build the acid trap, and then place the skull on the grate where you've built the trap. You want to activate the trap now to make the skull into a scorpion, and then you want to collect the scorpion as soon as it's ready. So just keep killing zombies at this point, it doesn't matter, we can progress with rounds if you wish. You just need a few more points to open a few more doors, but you want to basically wait for the trap to finish and then pick up your scorpion. Once you've got the scorpion, guys, we can start moving on with the next steps. If you get any fire sales, I recommend taking full advantage of them because we need homunculus for this Easter egg. They are so useful, but they are also so rare. It is very, very rare to get homunculuses out the box, so I recommend using all the fire sales that the crowd give you to spam the box and try and get homunculuses as early on in your game as possible. But if you are doing the Viking Easter egg, please bear in mind that you need to use your Wraith Grenade before you get homunculuses, otherwise you will not be able to complete the Viking Easter egg. Once you hear the gift from Sir Ket announcement, you should see a gold cup on the floor somewhere out on the arena. You want to come and pick this gold cup up. It should land roughly where your last drop was. Once you've got the scorpion and the gold cup, you want to bring them both into the Danu Tower, bring them onto the ground floor, and knife the tree or melee the tree. This will place the scorpion in the tree, and then hold square X or interact on PC to place the cup on the floor. We've now completed step 1 of the Easter egg, so all we need to do now, guys, is flip the round. So at the start of the next round, the cup will now be full of poison. So you want to go back to the cup, pick it up, and take it over to the nearest mystery box. When you get to the mystery box, place the poison on the left hand side to poison the mystery box, and then go ahead and spin it. This will give you the Death of Orion, and this is needed for the Easter egg. Go ahead, pick that bad boy up. We can now move on. Okay, so now what we're looking for, guys, is one of the axemen or the gladiators to throw his axe through one of these wooden fire things. As soon as he throws the axe through the middle of it, you'll get a little wooden splint land on the ground somewhere. He can throw them at either side, so if you're not finding your piece of wood, come and check the other wooden fire just to make sure that he hasn't already threw an axe at you and you haven't missed it. But once you pick the piece of wood up, you want to start running through the fire, so every 2 times the crowd will start to boo you and the thumb will start to go down. You want to continue to do this until you get a red thumb and it says crowd item available. This is really funny, guys, because we're actually waiting for the crowd to throw a piece of poo at us. Yeah, a piece of poo. So we're going to need this for the next step. So if you keep running around for a while or a bit of time like I did in my gameplay and they don't actually throw it at you, just carry on with what you need to do for the Easter egg. So right now I'm coming down to the main temple area and I'm looking for a skull with like some blue paint on swirls on its forehead. It can spawn in the locations that I'm showing you now. I think there's 12 altogether. The first 3 locations are there. The 4th is just underneath the torch there. The 5th location is just in this corner here where it was in my gameplay. Once you find the skull, you want to activate your specialist, standing very close to the skull, and the skull will drop on the ground. Go ahead and pick that up, and then I'm going to also show you the other spawn locations. So it can also spawn to the left hand side of the pack-a-punch, or if you come behind the pack-a-punch on the left hand side, on the pillar directly behind the pack-a-punch, again on both of the walls underneath the golden plaques, up on the second floor underneath the torch, and just to the right of the skeleton. So that's all of the known skull locations. So once you've picked that skull up, you want to go and place your piece of wood in Odin's cauldron. So come around into Odin's temple and place the wood in the cauldron, and you now need to wait 2 full rounds for that to charcoal. While you're waiting for that to happen, you can make your way back into the temple, come over to the flooded crypt, and we're looking for a grinder. It can spawn where I just knifed. The other location is directly in front of us. You can't miss this, guys. There's candles illuminating the grinder. So go ahead and place the skull in the grinder, and we need to now do 3 full charge shots until it's fully grinded. The third location is there where I just knifed, so the grinder will be in one of those 3 locations. As I said, just charge your Death of Orion, release the charge shot on the grinder, and the grinder will start to grind the skull down to powder. You need to do this a total of 3 times, and you'll know when your skull is ground down. You'll see a little white illumination above the grinder, and you'll be able to pick it up. Go ahead and pick up your skull dust and continue to flip 2 rounds. Don't forget, we need the poo from the crowd, so come back up into the arena area if you haven't got the poo yet, and make sure you run through the fire to make sure that your thumbs are down. They have to be completely down and red. How my thumb is aimed at the moment is not down quite far enough. For some reason it took absolutely ages for the crowd to throw the poop, so while I was waiting I came to collect the wood from Odin's cauldron, and then I made my way back up into the arena until the poop gets thrown. I can see now that the item is available, so I'm looking closely. You can see it land just in the distance behind the fire there. It looks like a drop coming in, and you can hear it. It does disappear though, guys, so you've only got a short time to grab it, and for some reason it charges you 250 points. Once you've got your poop, bone dust and charcoaled wood, you want to bring them into the Zeus bathhouse and place them in this bowl. We now need to flip another round, so what I suggest you do is, while we're waiting for this round to flip, go to the pack-a-punch, and now we need to get the attachment firebomb on our weapon. Sometimes it can take 4 or 5 pack-a-punches to get firebomb for some reason, but we do need it for this step, so make sure you have got firebomb equipped at this stage, and once you've flipped the round, make your way back to the bathhouse to collect these ingredients. You'll know when it's ready because it'll be glowing green. Pick them up, and now we're going to take them over to the Danu temple. Make your way over to the Danu temple, and on the ground floor, just in between the 2 trees, you want to place the poop. Now again, for some unknown reason, we have to flip another complete 2 rounds. So go ahead and flip 2 more rounds, and then make your way back to the poop. Now what we need to do is we need to get a kill with the firebomb attachment on the poop. It can't be a gladiator or a brawler, it has to be a normal zombie. It does work with tigers, but it doesn't work with the gladiators or brawlers. And what you'll see from my gameplay is you've got to get the zombie directly on top of the poop. So I'm going to show you a little strategy how I do this. Basically I weave in between the trees, and you're going to see exactly what I do in just a second. If the zombie's just outside of it, it won't work, just like those shots are not working. And right now the zombies were standing on the poop, and the screen flash is white. As soon as the screen flash is white, you know you've done this step correctly, so whip out your specialist or whatever you need to do to finish the round. You'll know that you've done it correctly because you'll see like blue water now mixed in with the poop. So come and stand on the pile and hold the interact button, and this will spawn you into a mini boss fight. I recommend you having homunculus, at least 1 available, and a full shield, because you're going to need to shoot 3 pod to appease Danu Tower. If you use your shield, it pretty much makes mincemeat of this, guys. You can blitz it with your shield, as I do in this gameplay, and as soon as you run out of ammunition in the shield, go ahead and blast it with your firebomb, about 5 or 6 shots, and then you should see the pod burst and you'll be given a max ammo. Go ahead and throw another homunculus down to keep the zombies busy. Make your way up to the second floor where there's going to be another pod. Just as I get to the second floor, I throw another homunculus, whip my shield out again, and start blitzing the pod. Don't worry about ammo, you'll be given a max ammo at the end of each pod. At the end of the final one you will not be given a max ammo, so just bear that in mind. But as I said, finish it off with your firebomb weapon, 5 or 6 shots, and there we go. Another max ammo. So now I'm making my way up to the top floor for the final one. I throw another homunculus, get my shield out again, same routine, blitz the pod with the shield. As soon as the shield runs out of ammunition, whip out my secondary weapon with firebomb attachment, blast it about 5 or 6 times, and that will be the Danu Tower appeased. So there you go, guys, that's pretty much step 2 of the Easter egg done. What we need to do now is find 4 bull symbols that are located around the map. One is in that location I just aimed at. Your second one will be found in the Danu tunnel. You need to shoot these with your shield and set them on fire. There are 4. Each time you shoot one, you will get a gladiator spawn in. Your third one could be in between this archway. Your fourth one could be up in the temples. The gladiators are a little stronger than usual. Your next one can be in between the Zeus and Odin drawbridge. The next one can be out in the arena just behind the spawn gate. The next one can be down in the Ra Tower burial chamber, just through the broken brickwork. And as you can see, each time you shoot one of these symbols, one of these gladiators spawn in. These gladiators are a little bit stronger than the other gladiators for some reason, but they're not too difficult to deal with. And when you kill them, you'll notice that they start floating in midair, and a little orb floats up to the top of Ra Tower. Your next symbol can be found in the shield room through the broken brickwork window. Your next one can be in between the Odin and Zeus temple entrance, in between the archways. Try and deal with the gladiators as quick as possible. And then your final one again will be in the temple on the other side, through the bars. So go ahead and shoot all 4 of your symbols, and then you want to take out all 4 of the gladiators. As I said, these gladiators are not too difficult to deal with. They are a bit tougher than the usual ones, but once you've dealt with all 4, there will be 4 orange orbs that float up to the top of the Ra Tower. You'll now be ready to move on to the next step of the Easter egg. You'll see this laser beam inscribing a symbol on the tower. As you can see in my gameplay, I pause it in between each symbol to make a note of what zombies we need to kill. Now this step is really difficult. In my opinion, it is the most difficult step in the whole Easter egg. And if you fail the step like I did here, the screen will flash white and you will have to wait until the next round to start the whole process again. Once you're ready, come over to the tower, hold interact, and it will start to give you 4 symbols. Make a note of the symbols. Each symbol represents a zombie. For example, water zombie, poison zombie, fire zombie, tiger, gladiator, brawler, and blightfather. I'll put an image up on screen now of all the symbols and their related zombies, and basically when it gives you a list of 4, you need to kill those 4 zombies in that order. So as you can see from my gameplay right now, I think I have to kill an electric zombie, a water zombie, and then a gladiator and a brawler. So what we do is we get the electric zombie straight away, and I come running down to the ground floor because I'm pretty sure there's a water zombie on the 2nd floor. But luckily in my gameplay, that electric zombie killed the water zombie, so I've actually done 2 out of the 4. But right now in this gameplay, I didn't actually realise that, so I'm still looking for the 2nd zombie. But you can come up to the tower and check the tower. This will let you know exactly how many you've done. When I see that I've done 2, I realise, oh okay, I can now kill the gladiator and the brawler. So I know there's a gladiator and a brawler on the map, so I just keep running a figure of 8 around the top floor, get rid of some of the zombies. You're perfectly fine to thin the horde out, but you don't want to kill any of the zombies that are not in the order that you've been given. So I make my way down to the ground floor. I'm pretty sure there's a brawler nearby. I can hear him jumping around but can't see him. And then as I come around the corner here, I get eyes on. Start to do a figure of 8, horde the zombies up, take the brawler out, check he's dead. Keep doing a figure of 8, make sure you've got control of the zombies. Take out your final zombie, the screen will flash white, and you will have done this step correctly. So now moving on to the next step, it is basically rinse and repeat, guys. So if you lost any perks by going down on that section or anything like that, I recommend now is a good time to go and get your perks refilled. Go and get some ammo off the wall for your Mag 12 shotgun. If you are using the Mag 12, as I said, you don't have to, but I do recommend using it. I keep it all the way through this Easter egg. And basically, you just want to rinse and repeat. When you're ready, come back to the tower, interact with the tower again, and again it'll give you 4 more symbols. There's one symbol that can be a Blightfather, which can be very difficult, and what I recommend doing if that happens is deliberately kill the wrong zombie, so you fail the step. The Blightfather will either disappear. If he doesn't disappear and he stays on the map, it'll be fine. It'll be easier to kill him when you're not locked in the temple. So once you've got the order of the 2nd set of zombies, go ahead and start getting them kills. I had a gladiator first, so we took him out nice and easy. The Mag 12 shotgun upgraded is a 2-shot kill on the gladiators, so that works out nicely. Our second one was a fire zombie, so we got in there nice and simple. And then I can see my final 2 is a water zombie and then a poison zombie, and both of those are in this room with us right now. So I keep doing a figure of 8. Unfortunately, the water zombie tries to run away once you do it damage, but if you're quick enough you can catch him up and sort him out. Then we get the poison zombie, the 4th and final one. So go ahead, take care of this little pesty poison zombie, and that will be all of the steps complete for the Ra Tower, and you will have successfully done the hardest part of the egg. Okay, so the screen's flashed white again, and now the Ra Tower has been appeased. So now we're not locked in here, we can leave. So you want to make your way out to the central podium, come into the middle of the podium and interact with the little statue where you got the pot from. You will now spawn underground, and zombies will be down here with you, so make sure you've got homunculus available and use your insta-kills and stuff wisely. But we're going to be shooting 4 rods up into the arena. So there's 4 screws that are located around the map that you need to shoot up into the ceiling. I recommend using the shield because it takes 2 shots from the shield to move the rod completely through the roof, whereas with a weapon it can take quite a while. So your first one was just inside the tunnel there. Your second one is in the Danu tunnel at the ground archway. So again, use the shield, 2 shots with the shield and it sorts it right out for you. And then if you get surrounded by zombies, you've got Victoria Tortoise on, so that will protect you from the rear. Your third screw will be outside the Odin tunnel, and as you can see in this gameplay, I'm using my weapon to shoot it, so it takes so many more shots than the shield. If your shield breaks or you run out, just go and get a new one. Your fourth screw will be in the cursed room through the broken brick window. Again, 2 shield shots, and that moves that rod right up into the arena. Once you've done this correctly, you will now be free to leave the area. You won't be locked underground anymore, so I recommend going straight to the Pack-a-Punch, and now we need to get the attachment Kilowatt. You want Kilowatt on the weapon because this is vital for the next step. We need to get electrical kills in 4 areas in the arena. So make sure you get Kilowatt, and I recommend Pack-a-Punch in your secondary weapon as well, just to give you that helping hand. So when you get back out into the arena, you'll notice there's now 4 rods that we've raised by shooting those screws, and they have produced semicircles of electricity. You've got to get Kilowatt kills in these circles, guys, but there's an easy way to do this. It can take quite a lot of zombies to fill up these rods, but if you get 2 gladiators in the circle, that will charge a rod. So 2 gladiators per circle will charge the rod completely, otherwise you'll be doing it quite a while with zombies. Unfortunately for me, I didn't have enough gladiators to fill all of them up, but I did get a few, so we did get 2 or 3 charged up pretty quickly. So kill the gladiators in the semicircles, and as you can see, it starts to charge it. We got 2 gladiator kills in that circle, and this one is fully charged. It's glowing, so we can move on to the second one. So we want to basically rinse and repeat until all 4 of the rods are fully charged and they are all connected with a blue glowing light. You'll know when you've done this correctly, you won't be able to miss it. You'll see the light connecting the rods up, and when you get to the last one, it should start to illuminate some orbs in the middle of the arena. So just keep going, guys, it might take you a while. Use your homunculuses to your advantage. As soon as they are fully charged, you'll notice there's like 4 blue orbs inside the arena, and all you need to do now is make your way up to one of those orbs, interact with it, and this again will spawn you into a mini boss fight. You will be given a fully charged specialist weapon to start using, but the power does wear down on it, guys. You've got to get kills with it to keep fully charging it. Every time you get a kill with your specialist, it will fully charge it, so you can keep blasting the main attack, keep doing the hammer down, keep swinging it, guys. Just you're going to get overrun with so many brawlers and tigers. It really does get hectic in here really quickly, but if you just keep using your main attack, slamming the hammer down and swinging it around, you should be absolutely fine, and you should manage to do this step pretty easily. Once about 2 minutes have passed and you've been under heavy attack, the screen will flash white again, and this will be the end of this step. You have now appeased the Odin Tower. So we're almost on with the final step now, guys. What you need to do now is come down underneath the ground, use your Circuit's Kiss or Death of Orion. You can use either, it doesn't matter, and you need to shoot 3 symbols that are located underneath the map. There's one just in the crypts area, just below the chain there. I hit that one first time, so that was pretty lucky. There's one in the flooded crypts area just at the bottom of Danu. This one's very, very difficult to hit. I heard Mr. Ruffle Waffles suggest doing a jump shot, so I kept trying the jump shot technique, but it wasn't working for me, guys. So you're just gonna have to trial and error with this. You just need to hit it in the right place for it to stay illuminated. You'll know when you do it correctly because you'll get a blue circular glow, and then it'll stay illuminated. Your third and final one can be found in the Odin tunnel, just near where the shield buy is, and in between the Odin and Zeus entrance. Just below the chain you'll see the swirl on the wall. Go ahead and shoot it with your Death of Orion, and you're now ready to move on to the final step. You'll hear some water running, so you want to make your way to the shield room, buy a fresh shield, stand on this grate and hold square X or interact to interact with the floor grate. This is going to again lock you in the room and spawn in a mini boss fight. You're going to get swamped with zombies, tigers, fire zombies, poison zombies, brawlers, blight tharvers, everything you can think of is going to attack you in this room. But if you've followed the guide correctly and used Victorious Tortoise as your 4th perk, then while your shield is out, guys, you will be fully protected from 360 degrees. And you're locked in the shield room, so you can keep buying the shield and refreshing it every time you get damaged shield. So this, in my opinion, was actually one of the easiest steps of the Easter egg, although it is the last step. So as I just recommended, just keep buying your shield and make sure you've got your shield out at all times. Deal with that Blight Father as quick as possible, because he can be a real pain in the arse if you let him run around in here. If you get struggling at all, use your homunculuses and your specialist. That will definitely be able to deal with anything coming your way. And as soon as the zombies stop spawning in, guys, you'll see there's a blue flashing light underneath this grate here, which is the key to the boss fight. You are now ready to go into the boss fight, guys. Congratulations, you have almost successfully completed the 9 Easter egg. So once you've picked up that key, you're now ready to enter the boss fight. You can enter the boss fight by holding interact on the gate in the arena. But before you enter the gate, guys, I recommend making sure all of your perks have been rebought. If you've lost any, make sure you've got a brand new shield, make sure you've got at least 1 homunculus available, and your Exelers. So when you spawn into the boss fight arena, the first thing that's going to happen, you're going to be attacked by a wave of gladiators and brawlers. This is where I recommend throwing an homunculus down straight away using your Mach 12. This really makes mincemeat of the gladiators and brawlers, and then you'll start to see tigers spawn in. When the tigers start to spawn in, guys, you'll be getting max ammos galore, so don't worry about the ammo situation. Just go ahead and start spamming these guys. They're going to spawn in for a couple of minutes. As I said, as soon as you start to see the tigers, throw your last homunculus down, because max ammos are imminent and you can deal with the tigers pretty quickly with the shotgun also. And you're going to get a big elephant spawning in a minute, guys. The elephant has some riders on its back that shoot fire arrows at you. It has a ground slam attack that kind of vibrates the ground and like disorientates you. And then it's also got another charge attack which kind of rams you, but apparently the glitch was fixed where it used to ram you out of the arena, but a few occasions in this boss fight it has rammed me really high in the air to the point where I die as soon as I hit the floor. But as soon as this elephant spawns in, guys, you want to throw some homunculuses down, get them as far away from you as possible, and then you want to get a bit of distance between you and the elephant and start shooting its sides to break the chains. It's got 3 chains on each side and they're connected with like a little red weak spot. As soon as you've damaged all the chains, the riders will fall off and the elephant will be exposed. He has 2 major weak spots. There's a diamond on his head where you can get critical hits, and you can also get his heart underneath the rib area. Once you've dealt enough damage to the elephant will collapse on the floor, and this will be the first stage of the boss fight completed. You'll now hear a few words from the announcer, and a second elephant is going to spawn in, guys. This elephant is a little more ferocious. It has a similar attack, but when it does the ground pound, it actually flames fire out at you, so it does damage you pretty severely. It can also do the charge attack, and as again, it has the fire arrows riding its back. This duel has stronger chains, and I think there's still only 3 chains. But once you've got the chains off again by shooting at the elephant's side, it'll be exposed with its head and heart. So you just need to keep using this center podium as your guide, really. I just keep running circles around this brick podium to shield me from the elephant and keep trying to get critical hits on its forehead. The critical hits do more damage than any of the others, so I recommend going for the critical hits on its forehead. Once you've dealt enough damage to the second elephant will collapse. Be very careful, like in my gameplay where I thought, yes, I've done it, but the zombies were still on the map and almost killed me right at the end of the boss fight. So once you've completed that, guys, you have successfully done the 9 Easter egg. I'll now leave the cutscene to play, but before I go, I want to say thank you for watching. If this guide helped you out in any way, drop me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel with your notifications on. so you never miss an upload. And until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. I've been Lethal Apollo, you guys have been awesome, and I'll see you in my next video.
Novum ignotum! The Novum ignotum proclamation dictates you must grant us clemency.
You should not have knowledge of such texts. You are but an ignorant slave.
I know more than you think, and I'm nobody's slave.
What are you talking about, Scarlet? Get your filthy hands off me! This can't be happening! I think we're going to die. We...
Bye, have a great time.